everyone who loves Culver's, the feeling is mutual. When I like to call
week, we produce 4 uncensored episodes of the Timcast IRL podcast exclusively at timcast.com. And we're going to bring you the most important for our weekend show. If you want to check out more segments just like this, become a member at timcast.com.
My last 2 streams were banned, even though I don't monetize any of my YouTube content.
What's the name of the
all
county?
free.
Hamul.
And usually when I play
that district, right?
music,
and there were 2 instances. One where like 20 migrants tried boarding a school bus full of children and got blocked. The parents like jumped up and ran up and like stopped them or whatever. And that's not the crazy
partially
one.
blocked
The crazy
in some
one is
countries.
where 3 illegal immigrants were walking
I've
on a highway
never
and tried to stop
fully
a school bus full of children to
completely off
get
my
on
channel.
it, and I would call that hijacking the school bus.
So
They did not succeed.
I really don't know.
Combined with the
I don't know.
Aurora gangs taking over, it's really funny.
Like,
Because
for a while, it's like, oh, since you don't,
she's cooking.
we don't give you ads. It's fine. Play whatever you want. That was the whole idea. And play whatever music I want.
What the fuck?
So I'm not getting paid
like, yeah,
ads from Google, but
the world's falling apart.
I guess not.
She's like, where are the cops?
My 5 viewers
and I was like,
are
good question. Defund the police, I guess. Because this is what you get: roving gangs of non-citizens with guns. And the conversation was basically, the conclusion of it was, we have been invaded. Armed foreigners have come into this country and taken over parts of it.
I guess, I don't know.
This is an attack on the United States.
It's a little bit more serious sometimes because they'll come in unarmed and then they get weapons once they're inside the country.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, get on some grounded.
I think people don't like to talk
And
about
later,
this
you
because
guys
it's
want
crime, it's dangerous, they don't like to feel scared. But the reality that, like, in these cases, this has to do with our immigration policy. These people wouldn't be here if we enforced
hit its
we
beta
had more security at
stage.
border and we enforced our own laws,
Not fully
like
done, but
removing people who are not supposed to be
cool.
here. You know, it's hard for me not to think of Lake and Riley, obviously, the UGA nursing student who was murdered on campus, and the man who's been charged with it is an illegal immigrant who was known to the Biden administration with a criminal history in multiple states. It seems like something we could do something about, but instead it's just sort of like, I don't know, release them. And especially in California, a lot of the penalties are just sort of like, well, report to court, maybe don't, we don't know.
You mentioned our immigration policy. Do we have one? Or is it that we have one and it's not being followed? Or is it the actual policy is being followed and that's to let everyone in?
Yeah. Our actual policy is tell the American people we don't allow it, but then allow it to happen.
Okay, so they're violating the policy.
Does anybody know what they were trying to do with the buses? Like, were they trying to...
Hey, nice to meet you. The name's Max.
Like these local news
Maxwell Smalls.
Like, perhaps they were hot and just needed a ride because the weather was bad.
I haven't heard anything like police spoke to the suspects who said this. I haven't read any of that. There is sort of the implication of like, oh, it was a bus and they needed a ride. But in America, our school buses are distinct, right? They don't look like city commuter
mixed with
buses.
pink lemonade.
They're yellow most of the time. They say school on them.
Anyway, so I would say if you've seen the last episode, if you weren't there live, you're never gonna see it again because it was banned for whatever reason.
I haven't seen it.
You asked the same question, Joel?
Basically, we're moving the main base to this structure versus being in the middle of the yard. There'll be less threats over here, and it's more center of the map. So it'll allow us to build zip lines, kind of going in every direction, be able to get to all the different labs
the U.S.
at a
is
faster
just like,
pace.
I'm sorry, this is the end of the U.S. We have allowed foreign criminal gangs with weapons to take over parts of this country. I don't care if it's a city block or not.
The U.S. got fucked in 1913, like the end of the U.S.
Oh, that's true.
The end of the,
fair point.
The Civil War fucked the U.S., the federalization of authority after that. But like, this, I don't know, people might...
on the southern side.
Armed rebellion.
Make sure here.
Very close to Virginia.
Audio's not too loud for you guys.
The armed rebellion, though, like a rebellion against the immigrant invasion, like people might just start arming themselves, like local militia and taking matters.
We're gonna keep that there.
Do something about it.
Well, that's always the problem when people feel not safe in their community, right? That they feel unsafe themselves, vigilantism or whatever else. I mean, ideally, we would have communities that were safe and people trusted that the cops
Bro just landed?
But I think, obviously, there's a system where that's not how people feel, and that doesn't usually result in the taxpayer funding in order to these protections from the system. Not to be too deep.
That sound is this bad boy right here, this koi fish. last thing I need right now.
We also are failed. And I think we should talk about it.
We start sending materials down this way. Start crafting.
So many other issues on the border. You know, for example, I care a lot about what's happening with anti-Semitism on campus as well. What's happening? It's not like Americans woke up and suddenly hate the Jews. Like, America is probably the most violent Semitic country that's ever existed except for Israel. Like, Americans have always been friendly, you know, communicating with George Washington, welcoming. We've had a change in the population that goes to these universities. And part of it has to do with migration. And there are a lot of kids who are first-generation students, they're first-generation immigrants, but also they're the first in their families to go to American universities, and they're bringing some of this stuff with them. And there is no general training or education when you're getting from home about why you can't say certain things. If you, I mean, say it, but you're going to offend people, you're going to make people feel unsafe. And I feel like what Trump said earlier when he said we have people, he was right. I mean, it's not thousands necessarily, but we have over.
That's good. Max resource stack size, max arrow. No, I think this is what we want. Resource. Resource. I need resource.
Wall time! Anchor babies.
Let's go.
Check migration. It's what corrupted California in the first place, and amnesty made things worse. But you end up with large communities of people whose principal family and friends do not live in this country, and so their voting priority becomes people outside the country. It's a cascade effect. So in California, I think it was like in '96, you had a large immigrant population that was getting amnesty. And when the state was Republican, yeah, this is what
the crow is loud,
from
bro.
Republican to a blue state. When they said they were going to cut public services to illegal immigrants and non-citizens, there was a revolt among U.S. citizens whose parents were non-citizens and whose family and friends lived in Mexico. And so the politicians backed off, thinking we're going to lose too many votes. And now you have a cascade effect of people who are not citizens voting to help people who are citizens voting to help their friends and family who don't live here. And it's just
Body mass readout is an acceptable range. Skin fold degradation is minimal.
Specimen vitals are stable and holding. Looks like we've done it.
Great job, everyone. Let's set up 3 more trials for replication.
Sorry to crash your party. The Defense Department has arrived early to discuss Project Orc.
What is the
director needs you to be present at the meeting.
Ask 9 experts and you'll get 10 answers.
Not sure what's worse, our director or a 3-hour meeting with the military.
Maybe someone can invent a crystal ball. But until then, join over 38,000 businesses that have future-proofed their business by Oracle, the #1 cloud ERP, bringing accounting, financial management, inventory, HR into one fluid platform. We can really help.
There's going to be some kind of a reckoning for him down the line politically for having given some bipartisan cooperation with the bill. If Trump had told Republicans to vote for the bill, Republicans would have stood up and said to Donald Trump, I'm sorry, we can't vote for the bill. It sets migration at current levels. It legalizes what they're doing illegally right now. It's got all kinds of other problems. So there's never been this acknowledgement by the establishment of either party, except for this one speech John McCain gave when he was running for president. He wanted to acknowledge it, so he said it. But there hasn't been this acknowledgement. You have to put the security first. If you don't get the border security first, it doesn't matter what else you do, because border security will never happen unless you put it first. And I think many conservatives are actually open to some kind of
drop off some of this material.
The last one, that was the deal made in '86. It wasn't, because they didn't get the border security numbers. So the border, right after rule of law, in my book, the border is the next thing. The rule of law is important to me.
Alright, I'll check all your work.
Certainly of the non-violent January 6th event. It's a disgrace that we have political prisoners in this country. Steve Bannon's a political prisoner. Senator Navarro was a political prisoner. The grandma who walked across the west lawn of the Capitol was a political prisoner. You know, it's just disgraceful. And, you know,
yeah, so this part's pretty boring. Just gotta move
I'm not picky.
across the yard.
So, you know, that's
It takes a while. And we don't have a 2-way zip line yet, so I gotta just swim across every time. It would be nice maybe if I could build a zip line there and go on there. But that's later. So we need to have. We need to get a bunch of materials over here first. Bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we're going to get some funding for border security and even some funding for enforcing the defense of the border in exchange for
Meals on wheels.
kinds of concessions on allowing more migration. Basically, the thrust of the Biden administration has been two things. One, they don't want to fight the cartels, they want to replace the cartels by becoming a cartel. So under the Biden administration, we are helping people migrate. The U.S. government has become a migration cartel. We're basically, okay, don't pay these cartels the money, just get on these flights and we'll bring you to the United States. So we've become a cartel. And the other thing that we've done is we've said to everybody there are going to be no consequences whatsoever. And basically the Biden administration wanted to codify what it was already doing. And I think Langford went along with it because there was some border security funding there. But literally every Republican was like, there's no way we're voting for this.
It was a terrible bill.
They needed Trump to tell them that. I mean, it just joins the many terrible bills that Republicans have put together with Democrats on immigration. And even though you'll get called a racist for saying it, the reality is Democrats see future political gain in this large number of migrants. They do think these migrants will eventually become voters. And some may be voters already, but the idea is that they're going to change the electorate. Texas will turn blue, like California turned blue.
But they don't need votes. They get extra congressional seats in Congress, and they get extra electoral college votes. So right now, these Democrats have this lie that they're actually the majority and they should be winning all the time. And then they say it's not fair that the Republican minority is largely Americans who are traditionally here and have family ties to this place. And Democrats have bolstered their electoral power with illegal immigrants intentionally. California, if you do the numbers right now, 2.7 to 3 million estimated illegal immigrants, so they're looking at about 4 extra congressional seats. So when we're in Congress, when Congress is voting on important issues, Republicans need 4 extra seats just to compete with Democrats.
When you said they have 2.7 to 3 million illegal immigrants in California,
Which would
from what since then? You know what?
As of right now.
Starting in 2018,
changes all the time.
Something.
It's been higher before.
Or just in general, they think there's that many people.
Right now, the estimate is there are 4 extra. So this is the hard numbers. We often say it could. At one point in 2018, there was 1 extra seat, or I think it might have been as high as 10 or 13. But the current estimates are California has 4 extra congressional seats. That is fucking bullshit. That is cheating. That is corrupt. That is evil. And now they're giving away $150,000 loans to non-citizens to buy houses in California.
Yeah, if Newsom signed it, it'll be interesting to see what he does.
This cannot continue.
I don't want any
We are
trouble
not a
in
union when California is ripping this country to shreds and shitting on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. It's still beautiful. They haven't ruined the beach yet, but
they're evil.
It is evil, and also
we have to get 4 extra congressional seats to stop them from shitting on our floor.
That was refreshing.
Well, they're defending democracy.
Sure. Imagine you got roommates, and your roommate invites in a bunch of homeless people and says 4 against 1. I'd say go fuck yourself. Get the fuck out of my house. That's what they're doing.
Damn, I've never heard Tim so steamed, man.
Colorado's doing the same shit. All these blue states that are doing sanctuary laws are bringing in, and this is why they won't deport them. We keep going, this fucking illegal immigrant murdered a young woman, why don't we deport him? They're like, no, we can't begin the process of deporting criminals because we need them for the census coming up in 6 years.
Yeah, so Trump tried to change that by restricting the census to counting only people who are legally in the country, because these states get credit for people whether they're here legally or not. And that was the only Supreme Court case that was big that Trump lost. He won on all the other
That's our new stack.
major principled cases except for this one. Lost on a procedural thing that they didn't actually do it administratively with enough comment or enough time.
To begin with.
So, plugging the book again, I say, well, let's do it the right way this time. Trump can come in and sign executive orders day 1. That census does not count illegal aliens as apportionment of the congressional seats. They can count them, but you have to have a question on the form. Are you illegal? Democrats say, oh, no one's going to want to answer that question. But,
good.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yes, they are. Believe them or a lie.
And it'll be a felony.
There'll be a felony.
Yeah.
So
You're right. Why would it matter? They didn't receive truthfully.
Yeah.
There are
then the ICE will go in and deport them immediately.
And Democrats are like, no, fill it out. Don't worry if you're a citizen or not. It won't ask you. Just fill it out.
Right, that's what happens. You can feel safe to fill it out. It's not going to affect your immigration status. It's not, and if it does ask you if you're illegal or not, then yeah, fill it out.
I guess if you're here illegally, that's one crime that'll get you deported. But if you're here illegally and then you commit a felony while you're here, another on top of being here illegally, then you could end up in prison. Like if they say yes.
Theoretically, but that doesn't happen in California. It doesn't happen in a lot of places. I mean, they let people out everywhere. They refuse to deport people. Kamala Harris, it's weird. She has this funny thing she does where she talks about how
I'm all geared up.
But then also wants credit for all the leniency and the cash bail and all the other stuff. And when you look at her record, which is kind of nosy, it looks like she let some of the big fish go, let a popular death row.
All I had to do is the shoes.
She went after all these small time offenders like
things of shoes and
marijuana
living
crimes, and
pushing.
she went after parents.
Alright, where are you going?
They had this big push that if your kids weren't showing up in school, you could be prosecuted.
My friend.
And I think it was because she wanted the conviction.
I thought you guys weren't friends no more.
Rack up a series of wins.
Kind of.
She was always looking at higher
Anyways,
office, but didn't actually want to do the hard
Alright,
work of
check
fighting
in with
crime.
me every
San
hour.
Francisco started
So
collapsing.
be back here by like 12 o'clock and check in. You know I'm gonna track you down.
Yeah, but also when I come at 12, I'm gonna come back.
Look, we're matching.
Same people running the state
Matching the stream.
ran San Francisco into the ground, and now they want higher office. And that's crazy.
But oh yeah, when I'm going at 12, I'm
Thinking
gonna
about
come
those all night. Have you heard of these yet, Joel?
I've been hearing about them because he's been anticipating and hoping they
Who's
work
taking me?
outside.
I want one.
Alright, sounds good. No, I have fun.
Take a step back and ask yourself, what really matters? Think about it in the future you work towards. That's why I'm excited to share my new show, Love What Matters.
Timcast like rarely has ads, so this one
I mean, politics
it's a
is one
bunch of
thing, but what's
ads.
really
Wow.
important.
He rarely has them. Maybe like one in the beginning, one in the end.
So I've been talking about canals. Yes. Resource transportation, because like
We're like 30 minutes in. That's 3 of them already.
if you can get enough people food,
Whatever.
you don't need
Tim,
to
get your money, bro.
I mean, I'm talking about everyone on Earth. If you can get resources to every human,
I'm mad about it.
Doesn't matter so much who's sitting in the office of commander, as long as we're getting resources to the people.
I would say there's like a wishful thinking piece of element to that. Yes, if people have what they need, they would.
Yeah, this is the old base, and we rapidly are growing out of it. It's just way too small for the production that we need, and shit, even just space, like the amount of space that we need, this is just not enough. Anyways, we're gonna head over there because sometimes that grass, when I send it down, it'll like glitch into this tree stub there. That's really annoying. So, catch up to it, make sure nothing's happening.
Like if a month goes by, they'll still have enough, so they want to get more than they need in the moment.
Or they say this is how much, like,
Or we
you
were.
know, everyone sets it. You ever watch see those videos of school lunches around the world, right?
Oh yeah.
Like they'll show you like.
Another one?
So,
Yeah.
they're kind of entertaining. Like it'll be like, oh, in France there's like a cheese and a glass of
See right here.
For kindergarten.
Yeah,
Seems like it lands good.
You get
Sometimes
They're
you'll see them
people.
sticking
But
out
in
of here.
America, you know, you get whatever.
It looks like actually
whatever.
maybe those
And
acorn stairs are stopping it now.
Will use it to be like, well, look,
Maybe,
America
I don't know.
eats terribly, and in Greece they're all going full of cheese and fresh fruit, whatever. But also it
Pick
tells
up
you
the
that
weed stems. I don't need those.
resources and
At least not right now.
products that are in those countries are different. And so, if I were to say, well, your country has to have these things, but you don't naturally produce them, am I actually helping you, or am I looking at the resources that you have and saying, okay, this is how your civilization can handle something?
So it's not just about resource production and transmission, it's about what are the resources.
And not generalizing, right? Like you can't measure everything by American standards. America has land mass which other people don't. Just the same way that, like, you know, Maine's major industry, one of their major industries is lobster, and they're dominant in the world on that front. So if you were to say,
There
well,
it is.
school children in California must have
Well,
lobster at
I
least once in their life, well, you're now putting huge pressure on Maine, which also relies on that resource to distribute elsewhere. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think resource distribution is like a well-intended solution, but practical application.
Can't you trade for what you don't have? I mean, if all you have is lobsters, but you really want some cherry tomatoes, can you sell some lobsters and cherry tomatoes?
Hope so. So then we don't have to say.
Spiders living here and a lot of weeds. Look at this. These are all like the big weeds, so you can get a lot of stems from, which is what those are. Send some more in that direction. I'll snap these like right there. I gotta land over there by the spider, huh? I gotta land over there.
For their lunches more than a certain like nowadays it's like that. You got lobster.
Is it better now than it used to be or something? Or did they just
no, it's just you live in a coastal area where lobsters are aplenty, and raising cattle is more difficult. But now we have these massive cattle farms all over the country, and beef is too. I will add, I'm having the birthday cake. How is it? It's baked. The ingredients: milk protein isolate, cashew butter, allulose syrup, fibrosol, cocoa butter, coconut oil, natural and artificial flavors, sunflower, lecithin, monk fruit, and salt.
It's a little too much for me. What's the artificial flavor?
That's birthday cake. If you don't want birthday cake, then you want to have the sweet and salty one, which is just like peanuts.
Yeah. I got the coconut and something else.
Yeah, so we need a heck of a lot more planks, as you guys can see.
Welcome to our food review, Joel. Would you like
I want to build this out. We can do sap collectors.
Right,
They're down there.
Has,
build the bridge
whey protein, cashew butter, allulose syrup,
from here to there to there.
cocoa butter, coconut oil.
Or maybe even just straight on. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of having
there are no artificial flavors.
kind of like a scaffold look to it.
Protein whey isolate?
Milk protein isolate.
Wait, isolate. I don't know what that
So there's different kinds of protein. There's casein protein.
Isolate it from milk?
No, isolate refers to a specific one. I don't know enough about it. But
I got a text message from a viewer, by the way, Ian. Ian defending literal Satan is weird.
Hey, no. Lucifer's not literal.
Tastes good.
Aren't they different? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I think that people being demonized.
Has that person never seen the show before?
No. He's the person who watches it.
There's a through line of the victor writes the history books, and I think what happened was Lucifer.
It's a shame.
They called them demons. They said everyone that
Shame that they blocked the other 2 episodes. Now we gotta. If you didn't see it live, you're just never gonna get to see it again, unfortunately.
That's a big part of it.
I don't know. I'll definitely email YouTube and see what I can do, but they never block my videos. They block those, so I don't know what it is. I don't know. Was it the art, the thumbnail art? So I always play music. Nobody has issues with me playing music. But I don't know.
It's in good faith.
for real, like apparently we.
I haven't got much done, bro. I just barely got on for a while. I don't know, shit. To be honest, it's been like 10, 20 minutes almost. I'm just slowly moving more materials over to the other base. That's kind of what I'm gonna be doing today. But no, I haven't got much done. This is a really slow moving process. Gotta do everything by hand. I'm pretty sure I can just move the pallets, which might be more convenient. But for now, I'm just using the zip line, just sliding them down.
A bunch of good people in there, you're gonna kill everybody, and God's like, you're right, I can't do that. It's like, but what if there's 30 good people? Okay, I can't kill 30 good people. What about 20 good people? You're right, if there's 20 good people in those cities, I can't blow them up. And he goes, what if there's but one righteous person? And he's like, I can't do it. I cannot blow up a city and kill all these evildoers if there is one good person amongst them, because I would condemn the innocent. So then they get the good people out, and then he blows them up.
I thought it was that he got him down to 10. Like, the conversation ended at 10.
No.
I think it was probably down to 1, right?
Got down to 1.
We're talking about Sodom and Gomorrah?
Yeah. Read your Bible, my friend.
The angels go to Sodom and Gomorrah, and they can't even find... Yeah, like, they get Abraham's nephew out. They get Lot out.
Yeah, the angels go down to Sodom and Gomorrah, and the village people try to grape them. Lot goes, you can have my daughters. They're virgins. I'll give them to you. And they go, nah, we want those angels that are here. Yeah. Yep. Well, Tim talking about. That's surprising that Timcast talking about
don't hurt my
Story of
guests.
Sodom and Gomorrah. That's
And
fascinating.
so, basically, the point is, God is against, raping and all that stuff and destruction and is righteous. And if the devil represents Sodom and Gomorrah, then I don't think he can be rehabilitated.
The devil? Well, let's talk about Lucifer, because this story is fucking fascinating.
Well, we'll talk about that tomorrow. That's tomorrow morning. For those that are already frustrated, if you'd like to be even more frustrated.
Pretty much, I can take one of these, hit relocate, and then I can run with it. That's technically the most efficient way to carry a bunch of planks. Because even if you have the red ant armor, you can only carry like 15. I think you can upgrade your stuff over time, but as of now, this is it. Am I going the wrong way, bro? Don't tell me. I was going the right way.
When atheist's main goal is to accept, is to oppose theism.
So you're having a semantic argument, and this is my point. Atheism is colloquially is definitively a lack of a belief or a disbelief in God. If you are using the word atheism to describe that you don't like modern organized and theistic religions, then you're talking about something totally different. An atheist who also accepts deism is not an atheist. It's someone who's found an isolated use of the word atheist among a group of people who don't like Christianity or Islam or something.
So you can be a deist and an atheist?
You cannot. That is like saying you can be fat and skinny at the same time.
Is it fair to say that theism is the belief in man-made religion?
No.
Theism is the belief in God.
Theism is the belief in a specific God, a nameable God.
Simply, atheism, in the broader sense, is an absence of belief in the existence of deities, is what, when you search for a definition. But that's not Oxford, that's Wikipedia. Basically, the general concept of atheism, in its broadest sense, if you were to ask a billion people, it's saying atheism. Its root. I don't know if it's a Latin root. Without theism, without belief in God, is the actual structure of the word. However, it is also used by people largely who believe there is no God.
I do that way too much.
Atheist is
way too much.
Commonly someone saying there's
I just
no
put the
God.
blueprint and then I assume it's there, but it ain't there yet.
Every single atheist, self-proclaimed atheist that I've ever argued with or debated or discussed defaults to, I think Christianity is a fairy tale. And I say, okay, but what does that have to do with the existence of God? And perhaps it's because of, philosophical teachings, but that you would say I am an atheist and that I don't like Christianity, but I believe there may be a God. Okay, you're an agnostic. You question whether there could or could not be a God.
What's the difference between a theist and a deist?
I think theism refers to a religion. Deism is a belief in a God without a religion.
It's fascinating, just as a Jewish person who is a little bit on the other side of this conversation, not in the general philosophical sense, but specifically with regard to Christianity. I recently read the New Testament from start to finish, which I hadn't done before. I'd read bits and pieces of it. And the whole of the New Testament is a struggle with doubt. All of these questions that are raised as challenges to Christianity are actually in the Christian text. There are people who doubt Jesus' divinity. There are people who doubt that any God exists. There are pagans. There are people, it's all in there. I mean, you have some of that in the Old Testament a little bit. You have the book of Job where he's wavering in his faith because all the bad stuff that happened to him. But there's no other religious text that I'm aware of anywhere in the world where a central theme of the text is he or isn't he? Do we believe or don't we believe? And there's something really compelling about that, actually. That the challenge to the religion is actually fundamental to the religion, in a way. You won't hear people teaching you that at Sunday school, but it's in the New Testament. All of these questions, all of these doubts. Jesus is constantly struggling with people who doubt his divinity. It's kind of the point of the story.
I wish it was more about doubting if God is real and less about doubting if Jesus is God and is the only one that is God. Because that's is damning. I mean, I think that's just so horrible to do to the human species, to say that we're not divine. It's empowering.
The overall issue I take generally is that God is observable by man, and there are a lot of people who assert a belief strongly, largely, in instances, without the commensurate research into the structures of the universe, the definition of what God is, the concept of God from a theological perspective. I prefer what Michael Knowles describes it as the logos of the universe, a higher power. The problem is most people that I have debated on the issue, and this is not all atheists, because I've not debated all atheists, think that God represents a man in the sky or some human-like entity, which is, again, lower-ordered thinking, which is not an insult. Higher-ordered thinking would be to perceive an E8 Lie group, for instance. Let me pull that up, which is also extremely rudimentary in terms of human comprehension of existence. And I'm not going to even try to begin to explain E8 Lie groups in mathematics because I don't know enough about it. I can simply say that, here you go, the ability to comprehend the mathematical structure. How fascinating that connects. We cannot perceive the fourth dimension. We cannot even imagine the fourth dimension. We can create facsimiles using computer-generated images that are in motion, like a tesseract, to try and comprehend the fourth dimension in a mathematical way that becomes more understandable to our limited mental capacity. So
as the wolf spider, I have not fought the wolf spider yet.
A guy in a white robe with a beard who's bald.
That guy scares me.
You do not have the proper comprehension of the concept of a logos of the universe. You are talking about human fairy tales and human stories, and for which I have no disagreements that we can argue all day and night whether humans are fallible or not. They are, and whether the stories come from divine mandate or someone made them up. That's a historical human argument. But if the argument is, I just think they're fairy tales, bro, physics and math is the quest for God. We are seeking to understand the higher power and order and structure of the universe. The universe has consciousness. It's an observable fact. How? I think, therefore I am. I am a component of the universe. The universe contains my consciousness in its mathematical physics and code. We exist inside. If your consciousness is the consciousness of the universe is conscious. That we are part of it. We exist within its confines. I also think it stands to reason when you look at just basic math, negative entropy, etc., versus like entropy versus entropy. Life has observable degrees of consciousness, and human consciousness will not be the end of that, which means it's an absurdity to assume that human consciousness is the supreme consciousness that exists in reality. Therefore, the degree to which consciousness could exist beyond our own is probably a 1-for-1 conclusion, or a 0.99 to 1. And then when you look at what we think we know about the universe, and again, all of this is what we think we know, because I certainly not have ever done the math to map out what an E8 Lie group actually is. Some have, Garrett Lisi was the physicist who proposed this was the theory of everything. And this structure of multidimensional object could explain the fundamental forces of the reality.
I just fought the railing.
Representing a fundamental particle.
Oh, there's a little gap.
Through, things like the Large Hadron Collider, etc. Ultimately, I think when you look at all of these things, to believe that you could comprehend God in any fathomable way when we can't even imagine a fourth dimensional object, despite the fact that mathematically we know there are more than 3 dimensions.
Meals on wheels.
It's an absurdity. And knowing that, there is a higher power to the universe which is structured and contains within it our limited intelligence. The possibility of higher intelligence is a 1-for-1 guarantee. God exists. It's based on everything we think we know. Now, the only thing I can concede in this is that science is all wrong. Scientists are a bunch of fucking retards. I'm believing a bunch of bullshit by reading anything about this, and the philosophical conclusions are a bunch of monkeys throwing their shit at the wall. However, considering the fact that I've got a floating UFO in front of me, and that we have mapped physics to the degree that we can make a UFO object, call it UFO, levitate using electricity and magnets, means we have created things because we can map reality. We are successful in replicating certain phenomena to create our preferred outcomes. If that is true, it means the physics and logic of the universe is observable, is mappable, and is consistent. Assuming that is the case, I will then default to all of this stuff that maps at the universe is likely also correct to the best of our abilities, and the ultimate conclusion is God is real. Now, I can overly simplify everything, but to actually get it would take 2 hours, and I think we have other colors to get to.
And I think we, agree on most things.
I would put you as a deist, I'm concerned, and not an atheist. If you agree with what I said on, and I'll make it really simple. Human consciousness exists inside the laws of the universe. Ergo, the universe is conscious. And to a greater degree is very likely, then there is a superstructure and greater power beyond.
That's what I was saying. You could be a deist and an atheist because you think these man-made religions are false.
Semantics.
I don't think it is, because deism and theism are not the same thing.
Atheism is colloquially used to describe people who believe there is no God or don't believe in God. But anyway, call it.
Just two quick things. That super chat from the earlier about Matt Dillahunty, the atheist, I'd recommend it as well. And then for you, Tim, personally, Vinland Saga, I keep telling you in super chats, great anime about the founding of America. And awesome.
Right on. Thanks for calling in.
Peace out. Thanks.
See you, man.
Yeah, the wolf spiders come on at night. That's an orb. Those guys are
Hey, everybody.
decently easy to kill, to be fair.
So, dude, I'm swirling in my brain right now.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'm here to talk about our one and only, very most favoriteest topic of conversation, Kamala Harris. So, recently, I believe recently as today, Kamala released a new ad campaign that focuses on the housing problem. And she
Spider up your head.
wacky stuff, blaming the rich, the bankers, the
Yeah,
crazy
don't go out at night in this
same
game,
old
bro.
song and dance. But
These fools are hungry at night.
Trump site, like every other policy position, is that you have this Trump that is going to incentivize people to construct additional housing to fill that slack in demand. He promises to create 3 million houses over the course
Did you
of
tell me they all fell through the lead pad or something? Yeah, there they are. I can't grab them. Gosh. Oh man, all them weed stems, they're just gone.
Oh my gosh. We're the one person who asked.
You can't grab them underwater.
Go ahead. It's funny. No.
Dang. That's like 2 stacks right there, bro. I think what I gotta do then, don't worry about this side later, work on that side first, but I think what I gotta do is build the platform on top of the lily pad, and then I don't think that they'll fall through the lily pad. Man, that's annoying. They all just fell through the bottom. What's good, America? Drop a like on the stream, brother.
She's basically saying I'm going to slow it down by 50%. So I thought it doesn't make any sense. So maybe she meant it's going to be 9 million, right? So that means you have to add an additional 700,000 homes a year. It's not impossible, but if we would be building at the rate of post-war America and the rest of
No, it's 1.5 million.
Run time.
If we do 1.5 million a year and she wants to do 3 and she means 3 per year, she's
3 overall over 4 years. So I can So I think right. So you're correct.
Tadpole jerky. Let's go.
2.5 million a year, but basically it's a case of
you guys.
There was nothing outside these cities, and they just put up the suburbs.
Hey man, Nevada is mostly Bureau of Land Management.
Yeah.
You can build houses in the desert. We've got arable mud huts.
You could use 3D print. Yeah, houses. You can 3D print them out of graphene. You can do it out of mud.
Man, that is honestly sucks, man. Basically all of them. Oh, look, some of them floated up. Nice. Oh, maybe I can push them underwater? Let's try that. Get under here. Maybe I can shove them. I shove them. No, don't look like I can shove them. Oh, shove. Oh,
Census Bureau, since apparently they're the ones that track construction too. Part of the real problem, the root of the problem, is
yeah, you can't grab these underwater.
specific at all. So it's very hard.
Also, doesn't seem like I can shove them either.
Is it 3 million, single-family dwellings?
Right.
Or
It
is
says unit. It doesn't actually say home.
Exactly, housing units, like rentals or...
They're going to be 4x4 cubes underground.
Because if she is talking about the latter, listening to insufferable talking heads discussing with campaign surveys and whatnot, it does seem like they mean just residential units, period. And that number is much bigger. So I don't know what she's promising beyond nothing. Right. And figure it out. I'm just hoping that it doesn't really mean enough for anyone to take.
Yes, sir. It's my day off.
Kind of like what Jewish orders are. Like it meant one thing at the time, and now it means another thing.
Yesterday and today, and then I work weekends and whatnot. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 3 million is vague by design.
Day off.
Frankly, I don't think anyone. I think when they
We would be streaming with Cedric, but
we can figure out the details.
he broke both his hands, if you can believe it.
Are they good at building anything?
He actually broke both his hands, so he probably won't be playing video games for a while.
They still have another 6 years.
I told him to get on and chat with us, but.
Her home state governor promised, I think it was 1,200 tiny homes for the homeless, like he was going to build, and not one of them has been built. Like,
Yeah, is he even gonna be able to work, bro? I don't even know if he's gonna be able to work.
You do that with the printer, right? You just got to find the space to put them in. Only Sacramento is starting to start. So again, when Democrats build stuff, the last thing they want to do is actually finish the project. The first thing is always make sure the government agencies get the work in that they need to get the work in so they can claim a budget for the next fiscal year, and then get the interest groups paid, and then get the contractors who go to the contract parties.
I'm gonna finish building the little platform over there in the middle section, and then we'll head back here with a. I think we're just gonna get a pallet. Get a pallet, bring it here, and grab that grass.
Do you have any other observations you want to add?
I'll leave it with, I think we actually could get 3 million additional.
It's no lemon crime, but
it's
better than nothing.
Like you discussed, and put somebody actually competent in charge of like organizing that project.
Why does it suck?
Really only a question of cost of materials
Yesterday was a
and,
paid day off, and then today. I work. I'm a chef, so I work in kitchens on. I mostly do weddings and like massive events, big old corporate events, birthday parties. Work at a golf club, and then we have a banquet center with all these different venues. So we mostly do weddings and massive events like that. Most people want to get married on the weekends, so our best days to make money are on the weekends. Nah, I don't mind it. I tend to get Sundays off just because I go to church and stuff. But some Sundays, you know, it's like, oh yeah, he broke his head. That does suck. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's because look, he was supposed to play with us yesterday, me and Giovanni, and we were waiting for him all day, and he just wasn't responding. And then like later at night, he hit us up and like sent a picture. Both his hands casted. Supposedly he also hit his head, so he had to get like his skull stitched up, or I don't know. I forget what he said. So he did something to his scalp. He had to get stitches. Yeah, it sucks for sure. But yeah, both his hands are in some sort of cast right now. Oh, where's this guy? How does he even see me?
I'm kidding, by the way. I'm only half kidding.
He's under there somewhere. I don't think he can climb up here. He might be able to. Them spiders be sneaky, bro. Yeah, he's right there.
And moto means base or origin.
You're gonna throw webs at my beautiful zap catchers. Get out of here.
And the name would actually be stated as Nakamoto Satoshi. Would be central origin of intelligence.
Oh my goodness.
He can't. I don't think he can reach me. Either way, this isn't the main base. This is just a place to travel. So, be able to travel from our old base to the new base, and then the Oak Lab is pretty integral. How'd it happen? I don't know. He just said he fell off a fence. I don't know. That's what he said. I haven't spoken to him since. He just texted me and said that. I haven't got him on the phone yet. But yeah, he said he tried to climb a fence and it broke. Stick around on the stream. He'll probably contact me today. I'll get him on the voice chat. We can ask him all the questions.
That's always a weird part to me. And then Russia, like, what is Russia do? Russia's like, it's not even a player. So I don't know. It's really just China and India and
hey there, buddy.
And friends. It's not
Let's
really
get out of here for that. Or we receive this.
I've never quite been able to articulate, but that's the part that I find strange. It's hard for me to look at it as a threat when it's including these other countries that are just dysfunctional. Like they're worse than we are. Like we're not doing great, but they're doing much worse.
Dude, I'm so processing here. Satoshi Nakamoto means centralized intelligence.
Caller, is there anything you want to add or anything you want to shout out?
Well, my whole thought was,
Gimme.
we're constantly trying to hear about a centralized currency being on the horizon to, for whatever reason, whatever the pros and cons are, whatever, primarily the pros. But I thought about the BRICS nations being just like a roundabout way of them trying to get us on board by saying, hey, why don't we have a digital currency? This new currency is all out there and it's the rage, just like, and touting how some of the other third world nations are using Bitcoin already, so why aren't we doing it? It's just because when you hear about something new, they think it's better for some reason. That initial tendency to think that something new is going to improve their lives. Realistically, they don't really know until it happens.
It could happen that way. I mean, whether by design or by accident, it could happen that way.
Nations will be attending the BRICS Municipal Conference. I'll show you interest in joining the bloc, ditching the U.S. dollar.
It's the end for our economy, that's for sure.
For America, at least. Yeah, your goods to get very expensive.
Yep.
That's why we got to do energy, literally, like change our fucking fuel source.
Everything will be made in America, though. The end of the petrodollar means it'll get shitty for a while, but the U.S. economy will have to regrow itself.
Yeah. Anything that'll be imported will be like, wow, why would if I'm China, why would I import something to you if you have no value to me? What can you provide me?
Ian, I don't think you would mind dressing up as Raiden for Halloween.
That's the basic concept if the U.S. dollar is no longer backing oil.
No, I haven't checked. When we got the bar,
Which it won't be.
I could stick my finger through the part.
The process has already began.
No, it's raining.
Hopefully,
because it's exhausting. It requires a lot of focus.
No, I'm not listening about Bitcoin, but I do own Bitcoin. Yeah, I've owned it since 2020. I think I put in my first investment, and I've continuously throughout the years continued to invest more and more. But no, these guys are talking about politics. It's Timcast IRL. I don't know if it's necessarily about politics, culture, politics, economy, just the state of our country, things like this. But yes, I absolutely own Bitcoin, and I believe it's my personal belief is gonna go big. Like, I think it's gonna be huge in the future. So like I have a bunch, and I'm not gonna sell anytime soon. Even though I bought it at in 2020, I believe it was 11,000 or maybe 14,000. And now it's 50, and it keeps bouncing up and down. Peaked like 70, and then it dropped down to 50. I bought some more. It dropped down to 48. I bought some more. But yeah, I own a bunch, but I'm of the belief that it's going
you know, the devil and the people that
to be like 1,000,000 in 30 years. Like I think it's really gonna be huge. So I'm not selling.
It was actually made for the devil and his followers.
These guys, they kind of talk about everything. Like this episode, they're literally talking about the Bible and stuff. So it's always like different stuff.
You know, call God cruel and for sending people to hell, but in reality,
this is awesome!
And if you're a traitor or disloyal, you will be in the lowest level where the devil will chew on you, and you will be
cannibalism. They would send people to
no, ostracize them. Level of hell where you are in the mouth of the devil as he chews on you for eternity.
Well, that's informed by Dante's Inferno.
I know.
Actual theology.
I know. Of course.
But when they went in the war in heaven, Michael and the archangels led the conquest of all these dukes and kings that are now known as the demons, you know, Baal and all these guys. And then they burned the entire landscape, scorched earth. And then they said probably they would send people there and be like, you're ostracized. You broke the law. You're out. And they would deport them to hell. And once they got there, there'd be roving bands of cannibals and shit like that.
Everybody knows what really happened was 8-foot-tall, blue and green-skinned aliens created humans, and the proof is in the jinns and the genies, and in Quetzalcoatl, and because these similar creatures exist in many different human mythologies, despite being from various different regions. And so these aliens created humans, and then tried explaining them in a rudimentary way, because these are primitive humans with no real knowledge, the structure and everything. And then Lucifer was actually just a second in command to the great aliens, and there was a fight. And when he was cast down to hell, it was actually just Central America. Anyway,
you're saying it's Central America's like hell.
So
somebody who lives in advanced medical technology, virtual reality, the jungle, and then you get kicked out and trapped in the middle of the jungle. Yeah, they sent you to hell.
Those are burn out. Like if they burn the landscape, and then they
these guys usually,
so he's surrounded by
I don't know, I've been building here for a while. They don't usually bug me too much. Guess me getting bored or something.
There's mythology, 8-foot-tall, blue and green-skinned people. Yeah. And the funny thing is about jinns and genies, they have the actual function of granting a wish in reality. If I said to you, Ian, as myself, Ian, tell me what you wish for, and I will grant it. What would that be?
Right now?
Yeah.
Teleporter?
Yeah, that's not real. What are you asking me to give you right now? Tell me what your wish is, and I will grant it.
A chauffeur.
A chauffeur, great. I will make the phone call, and I will get you a car and a chauffeur. That turns into, for thousands of years, a woman in a bottle going and turning a guy into a horse.
Yep.
So the idea was
because he would just
jinns and the genies were these large alien creatures with advanced technology, and the capable human would say, I want a powerful sword that I can use to strike my enemies, and they'd be like, easy, and then they would put the 3D printer and make it in front of him, and they'd go, it's magic, he created it from nothing, and he's like, it's a 3D printer, dude. Anyway, did you have a question?
I did have a question. So, a question for the panel. We often see in modern politics an extreme focus on the revolutionaries and extremists in the political spectrum. This has increasingly led to those extremists reaching places of power such as Congress. The question arises though, are those new extremists actually effective at making change, or are traditional politicians more effective because of their propensity to have incremental change?
I think the radical lunatics drive shitloads of change. Democrats are scared of them. That's why they did the wishy-washy.
Hey there, buddy.
Thing in what was it? Kamala? Was it? When Kamala was speaking to the DNC, she was like Israel and Palestine. And it's like giving the sound bites to both sides because she doesn't want to piss off the lunatics who are going to burn the place down. The rank and file loser politicians get nothing done. They're worthless.
I think it's probably a mix. I mean, remember AOC's rise to power as this sort of outsider, progressive, she's gonna be super cool, but I feel like she...
Yeah, America, definitely something you should look into, man. Like, even just having like a Roth IRA is gonna be super beneficial for you. Of course, crypto, that's a whole nother game. But the basic rule with investing is it's money that you're losing. So like the money you put in, you're never going to touch again. If you make money, right, let's say I bought a stock, it was worth 10 cents, and now it's worth 60 cents. I made 50 cents. So you can use that money, but that original 10 cents is going to keep working. So every time you put money into it, that's your money that you're never going to touch again. That's the basic idea, but investing in stock is definitely good. I'm in the S&P 500. I'm in a couple of medical companies that are like private companies that, well, they're public, but just small companies coming out with specific medicines for specific things.
A state congressman in Tennessee, and after the Covenant School shooting,
There's one I'm in right now where we're just waiting for FDA approval,
and was ultimately expelled,
and they'll probably start selling it in America. It's already it's being sold in the UK, but definitely some stuff you want to, I'd say you want to consider doing. I mean, at some point in your life. Like I said, if you don't want to mess with Bitcoin, that's volatile, I get that, but at the very least look into your Roth IRAs or just like a 401k, which is basically the same thing, except for has a time limit of when you can actually pull it out. So if you don't want to deal with that, get a Roth. Many things you can do though.
What a time, you know? Do you have any?
Is it Hakeem Jeffries?
It's not Hakeem.
Okay. Was it, or is it the guy who
No, I feel you like this.
I'm talking about Tennessee.
Like, bro, it's. I don't have a lot of money either. I'm not a rich guy in any sense of the word at all. It's just like you put a little bit in at a time. Like for one of my stocks, I put in $50 a month. Actually, it might be twice a month. But it just set up automatically. I don't have to do nothing. It just automatically deposits that. And so over time, over a year, you got a couple $100 in there, you know, and then it just keeps going like that. That's the idea.
I also just dropped another patch tonight. It is based on.
Oh snap! He can climb this.
It's the first in the series. I'm doing the full armor of God as much as I can. I might not do the shoes of peace because it's a little. You know, you're not going to put a patch on your shoes, but so anybody wants, yeah, if anyone wants to pick one of those up, I appreciate it. I'm going through EMT school, so I need all the money I can get. So
right on. Cool. Thanks for calling in.
Appreciate it.
It was Justin Jones. That's
all right. I just noticed that these protein
Maybe I should have built this platform taller.
Cool on them. Oh no. That's funny. These are just prototype bars in great time over packages. So we should have the other ones too. Chocolate chip and
I mean, it's whatever.
Sweet, which is the peanut butter one.
I can't really mess with this too much.
I just grabbed these from.
What's the mark in the CIA? What's that?
That's just the company that does the sample. Yeah. Joel, thanks for hanging out, man. It's been a blast.
He's trying to climb, but my planks are in his way. That's funny. Spit? You gonna spit? You such a spitter? Get out of here. You lame. You lame-o.
Tenant Media. Search Tenant Media on YouTube. Easiest way to find it.
Alright, I think we're all set up here. Now it's just time to move stuff across even more.
So, I read a lot about simulism and this belief that the universe is actually a video game. And they say, look at modern video games, and what is it? Everything's made of polygons?
I do actually have a mentor that I get advice from, who, a friend of mine I met years ago. He went to college for economics, so he's smart. He knows a lot of stuff. But no, I just got into it myself. But now, like I said, I do have people that will give me advice or be like, oh, check out this stock and whatnot like that. But ultimately, I got into it myself, just watching YouTube videos, learning about the basic idea of how it works, stuff like that. I don't necessarily recall like what got me to think about that kind of stuff. But yeah, I remember initially that it was just me. I downloaded Robinhood and I just put in a couple bucks here and there into different stocks that I liked. There's some stocks that have dividend value, so like I believe Microsoft pays you dividends. So essentially you put, depending on how much money you put in, you'll get paid out every single month a certain amount of money. So that's completely dividend yield stock. Like that, they just literally put money in your bank account just for having your money in that company. So there's some people, their whole strategy is just dividend stocks. All the money they go in brings them money back, versus like a regular stock. Your money, the value of the stock climbs, so it's worth more, but you're not actually getting that tangible money unless you sell. So look into dividend stock holdings. I know a lot of people use that strategy simply just to make money. Like, oh, your money's working for you. That's what it is. And you think everybody gotta have something like that set up at some point in their lives. It will help you in the long run. And I started just, a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there. I ain't got money like that either, my friend. I mean, I've been working in the food industry pretty much right out of high school my whole life, so. Yeah, I do have a good friend that's pretty wise in that kind of stuff. He's an investor himself. He went to school for economics, and he teaches me a lot of stuff. Alright, I'm gonna go take a bathroom break real quick, and I'll be back. I'm back. I did want to say though, America, get into it, bro, because like I remember when I first, like when I was looking at my portfolio recently, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I was just like, I put money into Bitcoin in 2020 when it was $11,000, and now in my mind I'm just like, I wish I put in literally all the money I had. Like obviously you need money to survive, whatever. But I was just like, I wish I had put in all of it. Like, as much as I possibly could into Bitcoin. Because I would have a lot of money right now. Like, 100%. Oh, guys, got a weird message. But just research, bro. YouTube's an amazing platform, even though they block my videos for no reason. It's an amazing platform. You can learn anything you want, and don't just like find one channel that teaches it. Find multiple, and then grab a notebook and write shit down and take notes and try to wrap your mind around the concept of things. But you definitely want to get in sooner than later. You know, the sooner you're in the stock market, because you're looking, like me personally, like there's people who play short game. Well, they'll buy a stock specifically at a specific time, and then they want it to blow, and then they'll cash out. Me personally, I like to look at the long game. Like, I find a company and I'm like, I can see this being very successful in the future for whatever reason it may be, right? Like, there's like a medical stock that I've been following. It's called OTLK, Outlook Therapeutics. They got canceled by the FDA 3 years in a row. This year they should get it because it finally got approved in England or the UK. So presumably it'll get approved here in America. That's obviously just an assumption. But I bought that stock when it was 47 cents. 47 cents, bro. Today it's worth $7. And at some point it peaked out at $15. And I remember looking at that, and I could have cashed out right there and had a big old hunk of change. But I was like, no. So it went up to 15. Bunch of people who were playing short game, they sold it. They sold, and now it's been floating around 7, 8, 9. It's kind of staying in that place. But I think it's going to get approved, and I think it's going to be pretty crucial in the medical field. And I think 10, 20 years from now, that stock is going to be in the hundreds. Obviously, that's just, there's no way to know this stuff. It's all theoretical, I guess. But I don't know. I think everybody should, at the very least, everybody should at least have an IRA and put in, like, let's say $50 off each paycheck. Like, you can afford that, right? Like, get a Roth IRA. Go to your bank, whoever you bank with, and ask them, hey, I want to open up a Roth IRA. That's just start there. You know what I mean? Man, and it's nighttime. I'm not trying to go nowhere at the nighttime in this game, bro. Alright, fine, whatever. Alright, hang on, chat. I'm getting a phone call. Alright, hang on, Chad. I need to make a phone call to the bank. We're selling a camper. My dad's selling a camper, so I'll be right back. Hang on.
Your credit card,
nothing
press
happened
1.
to the
For information
camper.
on your
My
online
dad
banking,
just
mobile banking, or
traded
bill
it in
pay,
for a better
press 2.
camper or a
For
nicer
information
camper or
on
whatever.
debit cards or other
I
deposit
thought
account
his
questions,
old one was
press
nice,
3.
but I guess he wants a
For
new one.
information on your loan account, press 4.
He doesn't
For
speak
access
English
to our
super good, so
24-hour bank by phone,
yeah,
press
he got
5.
rid of the old
To repeat
camper,
these menu options,
traded
press
it in
6.
for a newer camper with a toy hauler and shit. But this bank, man, this like just an 800 number. How am I supposed to call you? And they don't even have like, oh, pick customer service. Anyways, but I gotta call them and basically tell them, hey, that camping dealership is gonna pay off the loan that we had on the first camper. They're gonna be the ones paying it completely off, type of thing. Anyways, I'm gonna mute myself because. Are you joking?
Check the number and dial again.
I'm gonna go mute because I got sensitive information here. Oh my goodness. So I just dealt with the bank. Now it's time to call Camping World. Camping World. Lames. I gotta write down another phone number. Sorry guys, I do apologize for this, but when you gotta deal with real life things, you just gotta drop everything and deal with them. I don't think this should take much longer though. Probably one more phone call and I'll be freed. So it's always good to have a notepad and pen nearby. At least at your desk, I think it's good. Alright guys, I'll be... Sorry chat, that's just it. That must be annoying for you guys. I really think that, but I appreciate you guys chilling around, even if it's just two of yous. Appreciate you hanging around and waiting on my slow ass. Man, the chick I needed to talk to at Camper World was in a meeting with corporate, some BS like that, so she's gonna call me back when she has time. What were we even doing? Say, how about secretary? Yeah, I've been my dad's secretary for...
Meals on wheels.
Man, who knows? Long times, ever since I was a kid. And imagine, like, I have a bunch of brothers and sisters, but for whatever reason my dad would always ask me. I think I just have a way with words. Anyways, we need to get these planks. Oh snap, bro. Can he climb it or can he not? I'm still so confused. Sometimes he does, sometimes he don't. Eventually we'll put railings and maybe even some defensive things. Some spikes or something, but I can't move this on a zip line, so I gotta walk it. But that's fine, I'll walk it. Now we can build a platform on the lily pad, so when we send more planks and stems down, they don't just fall straight through and glitch into the water, because that's absolutely annoying. Those guys get angry. Like, that's a flea, a water flea. And they get real mad if you get close to them underwater. They'll start attacking. I'll minimize my time in the water. That koi fish comes up. I don't even have my flippers on or nothing. That koi fish comes up. He'll kill you. One hit. I don't even think you can actually fight the thing. Like, you can pretty much fight any creature, right? Ants, mantises, beetles, all of them. But I don't think you can fight the koi fish. He just exists and he just kills you if you get anywhere near him. That's it. That's a wrap. I'll move this over here too. Alright, now, as much as I hate to do this because it just seems like a waste of materials, I'm going to put a platform here. That way anything we send down that goes flying off the zip line won't fall through the lily pad. It's unsupported. What do you need it to be supported with, bro? Brody? Let's build a stupid scaffold. I don't know if this is gonna do anything for it. That literally might support it, watch. Oh, you were in there. There you go. Oh, obstructed. There we go. Now it's supported, bro. It literally takes one piece of something to support platforms. Damn, am I really short? So now theoretically when they come flying down, they'll land on this instead of sink underwater. Those other ones already despawned. I guess we'll do that later. You know what, actually? Let's get this thing out here too. Might as well swim across the pond real quick and harvest some more grass. Why not? Why not? Ain't too much grass here. There's a lot of spiders. And those rose petals are also useful for different crafting recipes. Yeah, this is spider land right here, man. This place is just filled with them. We're just gonna harvest some of these grass. Won't be able to get too much later. Later we're gonna have to just use zip lines no matter what. But whilst we're here, shows what the camper looks like, the toy hauler. Oh, it's just, the camper itself damn near looks the same. It's one of them it has basically a massive rear door, and you can roll motorcycles inside, dirt bikes, quads, things like that. So like from the outside, I just showed you pictures, they look the same. You know, maybe different paint or whatever. But ultimately, they just look like campers. It's one of them. You can open the back, turn it into a ramp, and then you can roll quads onto it. And honestly, I don't even have any pictures. I'd have to call my dad. He just makes these decisions. I'm never there. Yeah, I mean, depends on what's expensive for you. But yeah, I mean, I think they're expensive. But you know, when you're like my dad, he's a grown guy. He's got kids already, so he just, you know, buys toys and stuff. I believe he's paying $24,000 for the new one. I think his old one was like $28K. So it's like a trade-in. So there's no actual like money transaction. He's just basically giving him his old one, and they're saying, okay, your old one is worth this one here. You can have this one. Well, they're the same year, less room in the newer one. But he's not spending any money, you know, technically. He's just trading his old one, which 24K I feel like is a low valuation, but if my dad wants it, he gets it. My dad is the GOAT. The GOAT, bro, I'm telling you, the best guy ever. So, if you want something, you're getting it. He deserves it. He deserves it, bro. My dad's a hustler, immigrant, came to this country, made something of himself, some of his family. So yeah, he deserves it. I wish these pallets could hold more, bro. That's all they hold right there. I believe it's 24. Ain't a lot though. It ain't a lot. God, wow, we're short like a couple. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a pretty common camper. Like a lot of people like the toy hauler ones. So it's gonna have like less sleeping space. Like I think his old camper had 9 sleeping space. This one only has 6. But he can haul his ATV, you know. So for him, that's a win. Bro, if I could just... Yeah, so I can't swim with this stack. If I went swimming with this stack, it would just break. Like, it would just break, literally. It would fall apart onto the water. Guess we're just doing this all by hand. That's right. This game is, I mean, it's like mini. Like, right? You're shrunken down. You're like an ant. You gotta do it all by hand. That's good, mother. What are you doing? What are you doing? Tell your kid to give me a call, or tell your kid to get on the voice chat. How about that? Kid owes me $1. He ain't replying. I don't want to do nothing, you know. I want to do nothing bad to him, but he owes me $1. He's not responding to his texts on purpose and shit. Homie said he just woke up. Well, now you're up. Yeah, get on VC. On VC, we want to hear your story. Me and America have been waiting to hear your story about your broken arms, or hands, sorry. If y'all didn't know, chat, mother is Cedric. Cedric's YouTube account. I didn't want to give it away, but you know, whatever. Don't tell nobody, America. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a secret. Hey chat, and if any of you guys game, bro, we got our Discord server full of gamers. They play a variety of different games. They get into little groups and they play games. So if you guys want that, let me know. I'll throw it in the description. But also in our description here, we got the merch shop. So you guys want to support me? Anything helps. I got all my merchandise I make by hand. The art I make by hand. The merch is made in a factory in China. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. But actually, you know what? It might be made in America. I would have to check that. But all the artwork on those that merch is made by me by hand. I have a bunch more designs too. I try to release them like seasonally. Every couple months, you guys can get a new design. Instead of just having 50 or 60 designs on there, and then you have a paradox of choice, and you don't know which one to get. I'd rather have 5, 6 on there. Some of the classics that stay on there forever, and then once in a while I'll release a new one. But yeah, hop in there, guys. Buy yourself some shirts, some hoodies. Much appreciated. Alright, I need to actually probably build another pallet. So I'm not 100% sure, but I think that if I just let these lay around for too long, they'll just despawn. Obviously, I don't want that. Spend all this time harvesting for them to just despawn. See, can I get it up there? Can I get it up there? Go up there, bud. No, I need to get around to that side so we can actually build the staircase up, and I don't have to swim to this log every single time I want to climb up to my base. Let's float it off the wall. Probably not. No, unsupported, bro. What are you talking about, unsupported? That should reach far enough where I don't have to hold them. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Now we can go down here and build staircase. Oh, there we go. Money was made. Why isn't this... Otherwise, you're gonna say it's unsupported. Oh, it's unsupported. Bro, who cares if it's unsupported? It's getting the game cares. That's who cares. Now that one's unsupported, but this one is. No, that one is too. Alright, let's try to do some tricky here. Place the foundation. Probably not, huh? These brackets, they're just expensive. It's kind of annoying to build them. There we go. Oh, look at that. Now it's supported. That's architecture for you guys. Architecture 101. Wonder if a staircase would fit right there. You don't really need it because you can jump, but I think it would look cool. Sticks out kind of weird, huh? See, then what if I put another one here? That sticks out a lot. What if I did the half? That'd be pretty much perfect, huh? Let's do it. Why not? Let's just do it. Nice. Nice. Good stuff. Just drop these planks out here. Take this and grab the rest of them. I'm just gonna harvest those ones off the rock and then I'll start. I think I'm gonna go back to main base and start sending them down the zip lines. That way it's a lot quicker. Might as well fill it up, right? So it's nighttime. Here, might as well fill it up. Got some acorns too. Oh, look, would you look at that? Another milk molar. Let's go. These are dope. They give you cool upgrades. If you can get them. You need a tier 2 smashing tool. Yeah, my dad owns an ATV and a motorcycle. I don't got one, no. I don't know. I've driven or rode ATVs and stuff like that before. I never enjoyed it for whatever reason, bro. Like, I never understood the enjoyment people get from that. Even like a jet ski. Like I've ridden a jet ski a couple times, and I was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, why is this so fun for people? But people enjoy it. Why not? You know.
That was refreshing.
If that's something you like. Off we go. Unsupported, bro. The lily pad's floating. How's it? You know, it's the lily pad is supporting us. That's the whole idea. Let's see if I can build another one of these. Pallets. I'll put you over here. That happens too. That happens too. Yeah, I just don't want these to despawn, and I'm not sure if they do or not. I think they do. That would make sense that they do. But I just don't know for sure. Oh, look at that. Is that full? Yeah, they're both perfectly full. We had literally just the perfect amount of planks to fill them up. Time to go get some stems. Actually, let's see if we can sleep first, huh? We'll build those dew collectors as well. I'm gonna move this boy up to the north side. I think it'll be obstructing less gameplay. What do I want to talk about? Tell me about yourself? What do you do for a living? Or maybe you go to school still, I don't know. What are you doing on this Tuesday afternoon? Beautiful, beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Well, I want to move these guys. I don't know if I can. I'll worry about that later. Yeah, tell me what you want to talk about, my friend. I mean, talk about politics. I just don't know. I don't know you well. I don't know what you're gonna enjoy conversations about. I'm into politics. I'm into comedy. If you guys want, we can fire up a Kill Tony episode and listen to some of him. But it's the same thing. I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're gonna enjoy that. If it's appropriate for you. I don't know how old you are, so it just depends on different things like this.
Meals on wheels.
Just look at these guys. They're just waiting for me, bro. Look at them just waiting. I need to collect these structures right here, these weed stems. But the spiders, they're just chilling. They're waiting for me. Waiting for me to slip up. They can kill me. It's morning though, so the spider activity should be pretty minimal. We're just gonna start sending planks down the zips. How did a bunch of them fall over there? Oh, whatever. Yeah, we definitely got to do stuff about this. We can build some spike traps to make sure he doesn't climb up there, which I don't think he can. He says, yeah, I mean, Joe Biden, I feel bad for the guy, man. He's, He's just a grandpa. He's somebody's grandpa, man. And it's very, very obvious that he's just a puppet for whoever's doing all the crazy shit in our country right now. Which I have theories. I think it's the Obamas, but I mean, yeah, I genuinely feel bad for Joe Biden, especially just like the last few months, bro. He was obviously just pushed out of office. They just said, nope, we don't want you anywhere. Go on vacation, man. We're gonna just have Kamala on every single news station pushing GD communism. I mean, ultimately that's what it is. Like, did you listen to her interview, her first ever public interview recently? I mean, she sounded like she's not very smart. Her policies are pretty much non-existent. She doesn't have any policies, no original ideas. I don't know. The way our country is right now, it's definitely tricky, man. Well, I don't know what any of this is gonna go, whether it's gonna be good or it's gonna be bad. I just know this, man. You got two choices right now in this country. You're either for America or you're not. And I think Donald Trump exemplifies whatever all his negatives that he has, exemplifies like putting America first and betterment of our country, making our industries better, you know, reformations in prisons and stuff like this, versus Kamal's policy is just, hey, we're doing everything for everybody else. Like, screw our country, bring in more people. Like, I don't know if you heard, you're in your 20s, so you're in the same place as me, man, like looking for a house, you know, maybe things like this. Like, she's given, in some states, the left is giving these migrants like thousands of dollars to get their loans on their first homes. For example, in California, they'll give you up to $125,000 as a down payment for your house, which is wild. Like, you go to the bank and ask them for the money, they'll maybe give you a $20K loan depending how much you make. Like, right, there'll be a lot of different things it's going to depend on. Some states, it's just benefiting them in so many ways that young people in our country are really struggling with a lot of different things. I gotta eat. I still got that jerky on me, yeah? There we go. Damn, that jerky actually fills you up quite a bit.
Tastes good.
Might be more than the grilled food.
Yeah!
Oh my goodness, why didn't it work? It like skid it. It looks like it just like literally slid all of these plants. Bro, I don't get this. I know like the greater angle you go. Oh snap! Oh snap! The greater angle you take with your zip line, you know, the more gravity and force pushes it, so it'll fling the sticks farther. Right? Correct. We didn't change the angle of the zip line at all. Not yet, at least. So why would it go farther than it did last time? It flew farther than it did last time. So it slid out even farther. Now the current's actually taking it, which wasn't actually doing that earlier. Again, I can't grab this if I'm in the water. So that's just lost. It's gonzo. This one there. I guess we're gonna have to figure out some way to do it, because definitely don't want to be bringing the pallets one by one every single time. That's not gonna be fun. Like, there's still 3 more down here. Oh. that's just that. That's just that. I probably will never be able to grab them. I would just build out a platform to grab them, but then when you break that platform, they're all just gonna be floating as well. So there's just no way to do it. Alright, so they obviously flung off. Maybe if we built some sort of retaining wall. Like that. You know, just hit that and stop. I mean, this is all just theoretical. I have no idea. This is gonna suck if that's the case. In fact, let's relocate these. Why? Come on.
Having a little peek.
Man, what are you talking about? Are you struggling with women? He said, I agree, these women be tripping. Homie can't get one loyal one. And when women are interesting creatures, my friend. God made them a certain type of way, and we just gotta deal with it. They're definitely different. They're different from me and you. It ain't all bad though. Women are dope. Just gotta find one that you actually like. Don't be lame. Come on, why do you gotta be lame? Boom. Alright. This should stop them. Maybe they'll get knocked there and then just stack up. Let's hope so, eh? At this point, we're just losing a bunch of material. Let's see, let me build another one of these real quick, too. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna drop off some of my inventory. No, my friend, not married and not dating. Not right now. Really just trying to hold everything down in this economy and trying to keep my head above water, maybe a little bit further, you know. so I can actually be prepared for the future. So yeah, I don't bother with that kind of stuff right now. I socialize, but I'm definitely not taking anybody serious. Alright, let's see, what do we all gotta go in here? I don't know if I love the location of these. Oh, they're not bad, I guess. Yeah, man, the economy's not looking great right now. And it's just gonna keep going downhill if we stay with the same politics in Washington, man. I mean, if Kamala wins, it's essentially another 4 years of Joe Biden, which is essentially just another 4 years of Barack Obama. That's your main cabal over there in Washington that kind of do their thing and pull their strings. At the very least, I have faith that if Donald Trump wins, that fool's gonna at least stop the wars. Stopping the war is gonna save our country so much money, but on top of that, he'll do plenty of things for us. Reduce taxes on income and bringing back more oil in this country. Oil production. It all starts with something little, man, but when the economy's booming, it's booming. But when it's dead, it's dead. And that's what we're in now. It's just a dead economy. You can't do nothing about it. You just try to stay ahead. Ultimately. Like I was saying, man, this election is it. That's what it is. It's your options. Like, you want to preserve the nature of our free world that is a true democracy of the people, for the people, by the people, or do we want to keep going down this road of all these socialist ideas, you know? It's not going to lead down a good road either. Just go read the Gulag Archipelago or the Animal Farm by George Orwell. I mean, people just don't study or don't even care to learn about the Soviet Union and all these different communistic regimes that existed. It's been done before and it never worked out. In fact, it always failed. People died. Bro, the most G shit I've seen in my entire life, I'm pretty young. The most G shit I've seen in my entire life was when Donald Trump walked his happy ass across the North Korean border. No security, nobody there to protect him. He just said, screw it, I'm going, bro. Shook the guy's hand, made peace. I trust that if he gets in office, at the very least, the wars will end. I don't know if Briggs is going to continue doing what they're doing. But if they do, that's... in the short term, that's going to be real bad for the U.S. economy. But in the long term, it will be good. Because it's going to just bring a lot of manufacturing and production back to this country. Right now, basically, imagine the world, right? We got however many countries, they all have their own monopoly money. Our monopoly money is what backs all of their money. So if I go to the world stage and I say, hey, I want to buy some apricots from the United Arab Emirates. They produce I don't know, I'm just guessing. I don't know if they produce apricots, but I want to buy them. I go, alright, well, what do you got? I got dollars. Okay, dollars are worth something in the economy. That's what it's worth. So the dollars trades for the apricots. But if they change this, that it's no longer backed by the US dollar, who knows what they'll change it to? Chinese, Russian money, Brazil, I don't know what the currency will be. But then you'll come to the UAE Emirates and say, I want apricots. Well, what do you got? I got dollars. I don't want your dollars. It's worth nothing to me. It's no longer worth anything. What do you got? Well, What do we produce? What do we mass produce that we trade with these countries? Not really a whole lot of anything. Bitcoin. Bitcoin's decentralized. I mean, nobody controls that. Nobody really controls it. Yeah, so now I have to go by hand and pretty much fill all my inventory, go back, fill all my inventory, go back, and just keep doing that.
I believe!
It's not necessarily roll Bitcoin's the move, it just, like that old saying goes, don't have all your eggs in the same basket, you know? You want to be diversifying your income streams, your investments, everything. You don't want to be reliant on any single thing, because that's communism. I mean, that's really what it is. Like, you only rely on the government for your job. Like, just do some reading about Soviet Russia. I was born in Ukraine. My parents grew up in Ukraine. My dad served for the USSR military, so they lived in this, you know. I was born there. I came to America as a super young kid. Like, I think I was less than a year old when I came to America. But that wasn't life, man. People had to, like, literally, there's people that had to eat their kids because there was, like, severe starvation. They would just sacrifice their kids to survive. Like, it was good for some people. Maybe it was good for a while. But end of the day, people died. People starved. If you were, like, high-ranking military officer or something like that, you probably had a pretty decent life with a pretty decent check. But if you're just a regular middle-class person, you were fighting to survive. That's just communism for you, man. I don't know. Read about it. Read some of these first-hand accounts, and you'll think twice about some of these socialist ideas that they've been pushing. That ain't it, man. That ain't it. It's been tried and tried. Clearly, it doesn't work. I don't know if I want to put these in here. I don't know if they work in here. I'm gonna just go put them down on that lily pad. So these are just dew collectors. They like spider webs. Well, a component of it is a spider web, and it'll catch water. You drink it, obviously. There you go. I have any more spider webs? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Am I the only child? No, my friend, I'm not the only child. I'm the third eldest of 9 kids. So no, I'm not an only child. Big family I grew up in. Big old family. Alright, let's set up. Stupid boiling gland. I can't set this up. I have actually never built one of these yet. Where you can like make smoothies and all kinds of like different things. So I'm gonna build a bunch of them. And let's get a spinning wheels. We need a gang of these. Use them for a lot of different things, but we definitely want a bunch of them. And let's start making a road. Nah, it's honestly not a lot at all. Towards the end game, we'll probably have like 15, 20 of these things set up. For sure, because they're gonna be producing a lot of stuff. Mass producing stuff. And a lot of building materials, a lot of things that need those different twines and ropes. It ain't a lot. Workbench. Make another phone call real quick, boys. And then let's see, some grinders. Need a bunch of these too. Yeah, three will probably do just fine. What I do need to put in here, smithing station. I probably only really need one of these. That'd be cool if I could put it in there. No, you can't. And we'll put this by the workbench. Gotta get some lighting going in here too, because it's dark AF. Let's see what this looks like. I wanna see if I can place some inside of here. That look neat. That storage is seriously too far? Are you joking? It ain't even that far. Let's do these wall ones. Come on, come on. I know you can do it. It's weird, it's just unsupported. It's giant brick. What is it obstructed by? Oh, come on. That'd be lame. Whatever, we'll just build these for now. What kind of car are you looking to get? Some pricey or just like a A to B? Well, I bought when I was younger, I bought a brand new car, paid it off 3 years, whatever. And then I sold it, bro. It was like the stupidest decision of my life. I got me a Toyota Camry now, and it's awesome. Gets me from point A to point B, low miles, low gas. And it just does the job. I don't know why I ever bought anything like expensive. I mean, it wasn't even that expensive, but it's more like a want. I wanted that truck. Didn't necessarily need it. Oh, that's cool. I can put it. No, I can't do that. Probably could, but why is it some of these walls just don't work, even though they worked over there? Don't be lame, my friend. It's a wall. What else do you want? What else could I do for you? Lame. I don't know why those other walls ain't working. I guess we'll deal with that later. Not bad. Not a bad start. Yeah, anything A to B, you find some good stuff, bro. Just look. I would suggest to look for Japanese cars, specifically Toyotas, maybe Hondas. Just the old 2000s Toyotas and Hondas. They're good quality cars. They last. They have good reputations. Their parts are cheap. They're easy to work on. Just less of a headache altogether. Man, I hate this. I hate this. You know what I'm gonna do? Big brain move. Big brain move right here. I'm just gonna put all of my storage in the center of the room. That way, anywhere I am in this base, I should be able to be close enough to access it. Yeah, I don't think I can do that. What I was just trying to do. Yeah, it's fine. That carp makes some really scary sounds. Sounds like a freaking monster, bro. Pretty sure these are empty, but I'm here anyway. Let's leave them there for now. I'm not going to leave them there permanently. But now we can actually reach every side of the wall that we need to. I just don't get it. How is this? How does it not work here? Oh, look at that. It works on the other side. This side is somehow not a wall. Oh, let's try to hit there. It's whack. How are you gonna allow some of them, but not all of them? Yeah, the women do need Mercedes, bro, but that's not the type of woman you gotta look for. If she cares about your things, she probably don't care about you that much. And that's just that, man. Time to go and do another trip. Alright, what I always do that. Let's eat these apples.
Food.
Go get some more stuff. See, look at that. Look at that.
It's no
My
crime,
friend, they're
but
not all like that.
better than nothing.
There's some good women out there. They're just probably harder to find. But they're worth it. You're gonna be up for the challenge. Not all women are like that, man. In the large majority, maybe. Especially the way society's kind of glorifying certain things and villainizing others. Yeah, a lot of girls have the wrong values. But I promise you that's not all of them. Go to church. You'll find some amazing people at church. Huh, I wonder where Cedric is. What a guy. He's supposed to give us a call. And he just said, screw Dan, screw his chat. He knows how bad we want to know his inevitably drunken arm story. I'm just guessing he was drunk, but you'd have to be right to fall off a fence and break both hands. Or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe not. I want to fight this stupid assistant manager. Once we fight the assistant manager, maybe that'd be a goal we set for the next stream. Is fight the assistant manager. He's a mini boss in this game, and once you fight him, you'll get a key card that allows you access into the room that gives you the blueprints for the two-way zip line, which is gonna be awesome. So right now they only work one way. Have I seen the new GTA trailer? Of course I have. Is there like a new one that just recently came out or something? I don't think I've seen any of them recently, but I do remember when it came out, yeah. Definitely excited for that. Hopefully they don't drop the ball. Made us wait a long time. So, hopefully it's good. Man, just like that. This like that. Just like that, a whole chest, or my whole inventory is full. That's why I needed my buddy Cedric not to abandon me in my time of need. I gotta still transfer all this stuff. It's just not that much. 3 more trips or so. Then I gotta recycle a lot of this stuff. I'll probably leave a main little base here with maybe a fire spit. A couple beds and whatnot. That way if we ever are exploring in this area of the map, we can just have like a little mini shelter. But I'm gonna recycle a lot of it. That's just gonna take up room. Or it's gonna take up materials that I don't want to give up. Yeah, GTA 6 looks dope. I'm definitely looking forward to it myself. But hey, I'm gonna probably be getting off here in a very little bit. Go get myself some breakfast. Well, you know, I usually skip breakfast. Just eat around noon, 1-ish. But Giovanni gets off at 3 o'clock. So me and him are gonna get back on Grounded after that, and then we'll go live again. I'm just gonna make this one more DoorDash delivery to myself. And then I'm gonna hop off. See that how like everything requires crude rope? Like basically almost every recipe that you have requires it, so that's why I made so many wheels. I can craft the crude rope in my inventory, but it's going to take 3 pieces of grass fiber, but if I put it on the wheel, it only takes 1 piece of grass fiber to get 1 piece of rope, so it's more efficient. 6 weed stems. What time? I don't know. Around, I don't know. Geo City gets off around 3 Denver time, which is 4 my time. Which is, well, you gotta give them some time probably to get home and settle in and whatnot. So maybe around 5 p.m. Eastern. Could be sooner though, but just flip on that post notifications on my channel and you'll get a notification whenever we're going live. So I've never used this before. See what we can make. This is all new to me. Soothing syrup gives you heal, workers comp, hauling strength and heals. That's actually dope. Swimming speed, fuller, moist and heals. Fuzz on the rocks, max health and heal. Hyper stamina heal. Damn, this is cool. So this is like, yeah, this is dope. I can't believe I haven't built this since starting the game, dude. So I need a smoothie base no matter what. For every single smoothie, or what? Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, I guess. Doesn't necessarily make sense, but... Oh, and I just craft that. I don't even gotta... That's crafted. That doesn't even take doesn't even take all kinds of time, which means I don't need 3 of them at all. That gives me way more smoothie base. Let's go. We'll just put this bad boy right here, and we'll put all the smoothie ingredients inside of it. So do this. I'll put those in there too. A badge from an ointment scientist granted access to their specific department of work. So if I wear this, I'll get gas resistant, dust guard, and a poison resist. Huh. That's super interesting. Alright, laddies. I'm heading out. I'll see you guys on the next one, eh?